Alright, there is a half the deal that I split from my last hunt. That's the one. And you have to make sure you cover the island with a wrap. That way it'd be easier to clean later and keep your wife happy. Make sure you have a separate cutting board for raw meat and some sharp knives and the sharpener. Alright, let's get started. Okay, this has been aging in kimchi for 2 weeks now, so 14 days. And this one took 2 shots. So there was some meat damage, but luckily very minimum. So I'm very happy with it. Now we're gonna start with the hind quarter first. First, let's cover all the fats that you don't want. Now when I remove yucky stuff, I'm very generous because I want to make sure the meal is really good. Because the worst thing that could happen is that you put all this work and when your family's enjoying it and somebody says it's got a gamey taste or something that they didn't like, then it becomes very discouraging and disappointing. After 2 weeks, it's almost like a dry aging. Now the muscles has different groups, so you want to separate that and you could cut into different steaks or whatever you want. And you also want to remove this tough white tissue because that gets very chewy. Right here is part of shank. Remove all the yucky stuff. Go right against the bone, scrape the bone, and voila. There it is, nice and clean. That's for the bone broth. Now this is Shank. They tend to be very tough, but if you do slow cooking, they're one of the best meat you could get. And I've done a video on how to cook it. You can find it on my channel. Shank. Okay, this is the front quarter. And the front quarter, I usually grind them. They're not really great for steaks or anything else, but you could use it for like a stew or ground meat would be great. So I'm not too worried about separating the muscles. Now always look for joint, and that's where you want to cut into it. It's easier to separate them. Now the front leg, it's got a round joint, and that's kind of a little bit lower, so you have to make sure you cut it a little lower. That's a shank. Now this is L shape, so you just want to carve it out. And here you see the joint. And again, this is a scapula, and it's got a top and bottom, so you want to go against the bone and just carve out the meat. Now we can't use the scapula as a bone broth because the bone is way too thin. Now this is a tenderloin, but tenderloin tend to be more bloody because this is in the body cavity. So you want to peel off or cut all the yucky ones. Remove all the hairs. And cut them in 1 inch thick. Okay, this is a back strap, this size. And you definitely want to remove this white, very fibrous tissue. If you have that part of the steak, it's going to be very chewy. Now what you want to do is you want to fillet it like a fish. You go down to the tough tissue, turn your knife, and pull as you move your blade, and it comes right off. Right here you turn. Just like that. Same here. Again, 1 inch thick. Okay, there you have it. Now the front quarter, I'm gonna cut into the little cubes and then grind it with a 20% of grass-fed beef day after tomorrow. And as for the hind quarter ham or steaks, I'm gonna slice it for bulgogi. Okay, I'm done being a half a deer. It was a walk in the park. We have trash, shanks, backstraps, and tenderloin. And we got the ground meat and bulgogi, which we're gonna drain the blood off for a couple of more days before I vacuum seal it, just to make sure there's no gamey taste. And then we got bone pile. Now, if you remove additional blood after slicing it, you wanna make sure you cover it so it won't get dried.